We're talking about being an Ember on Moyo. And you know what we do. We Moyo everywhere we go. We're talking about being the person that's the energy in the midst of a dying fire. And that's what I'm going to be. I've decided that. And I'm asking you, I'm begging you, I'm challenging you to be the Ember as well. And we're going through the mnemonic, EMBER. Yesterday we talked about emotional control. And I told you, don't let the moment control you. You control the moment. So you read the situation, you realize what's going on and realign your perspective, and then you respond. That's emotional control. Today, talking about the M, which is motivation. Motivation is what drives us to be better, to be stronger, to be greater. It's what drives us to achieve things that we have the ability to achieve, but sometimes we lack the motivation. Motivation comes from within. Motivation is something that God put inside of us, the power that He put inside of us. He has a plan and a purpose for each of us. And part of that is to keep that fire burning. And motivation is the second key to being an Ember, to keep that dying fire from going out. Motivation has got to come from within. There are so many sources of motivation, and I utilize sources of motivation every day. And I take it in, bringing much content in that I can. And then I use that to fuel my own inner motivation. And so when I talk about motivation and being an Ember, here's my practical advice. Take in as much as you can from the sources that you have. God will put ideas, thoughts in your mind, but you've got to be ready for it. You've got to remove the clutter. This is why I love to run. This is why I make these videos and ideas when I run. Because when I run, I remove the clutter. I quit thinking about work. I quit thinking about worries. I quit thinking about everything that distracts me, and I just run. I'm out here with nobody but me and God, allowing my mind to be fertile, to allow seeds to be planted. So I listen to podcasts, people that I respect, people that live the same type of life I live, people that are what I consider role models. I listen to books with Audible when I run, people of the same mindset. I listen to scripture when I run. I read, I listen, not just when I run, but the idea is to get away from the clutter, clear out your mind, and allow God to fill your mind with the motivation, the ideas, the seeds that will bloom into something beautiful. But that will not happen, period, if you don't get away from the clutter, the worry, the strain, the bad information, the static in your life. So whatever it takes, I run. I love to run. Whether it's hot or cold, windy, sunny, cloudy, I run. Maybe you like to ride a bike. So shout out to Tara Winter, who loves to ride her bike on these very same trails. And that's how she gets away and receives her motivation. Maybe you like to swim. Maybe you like to go for hikes. Maybe you like to just be alone in a quiet place, just enjoying that time you have. But whatever it takes, get alone, remove the clutter, make your mind ready to receive the motivation that then drives you with your own internal motivation. And you then become the ember that keeps the fire burning in the midst of a dying fire. Let's mow, yo, everywhere we go.